We're here down in Chile for the event opener, and looks to be a belter. And obviously it brings the Andes into the picture, as well as the classic Alpine and Rocky stages. Here with Chris Ball, who's the Enduro World Series organizer. Chris, hello, Steve. How's it going? Looks out to be a belter here in Chile, from what we've seen so far.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be an amazing race, but I think it's also just going to be another environment. It's a whole new style of racing. It's a new organisational group down here. There's going to be some fast local names that people won't have heard of before. So it's just it's an incredibly exciting way to launch the new year. These guys know their stuff. They spent a lot of time in North America. Some of them came with Scotland, Lake Garda, Punta Isla last year. They've done a lot of research. They know how to build a good trail.
Tell us just quickly about the series then. I mean, you've made some changes. I mean, people commented about some rules and regulations last year, but the point system. What can we see that's going to change for 2014?
Yeah, I think the point system is probably the biggest actually. Going into a completely blind year last year, no one had ever organised an international enduro. Personally, I thought we would see more winners.
It was. They won almost half the stages, Judge.
I mean, the dominance was insane, women's and men's, and we'd kind of set up the point scale to kind of almost allow people to have a dropout, not a dropout round, but certainly have that up and down mechanical failure, blowout, whatever, and still come back and challenge for the win. The dominance we saw, the consistency we saw at the top, took us by surprise, and we need to adjust that. So we learned that. We learned a few other bits and pieces, smaller rule tweaks, changes, but it's going to be good.
Yeah, I think it'll be a classic opener, won't it? From what we've seen,
it's going to be another good year. Huh? It's going to be another good year.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah. What can people expect when they come here to race?
All the rumours were true. We heard about the heat and the anti-grip and all that stuff, and we got here and we were like, people are just talking, but it was really hot, and the dirt is really different. It's definitely it's just definitely something I've never ridden before. It's not like anything you can explain to someone. You just have to get here and sort of figure it out, and almost more like moto style stuff, and just willing to put your foot out and go with it and relax and just enjoy the different terrain. I think we may actually have some cold weather, and being up high, that could definitely maybe we'll have tacky dirt.
I mean, but if storms come into the picture, we're quite a big altitude here, and.
I think it'll make it exciting. I have no idea what the dirt will do with rain, but from what I saw and rode over the last few days, I think it might be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys, I think guys are going to have to go full DH, not the old EXO mid casing. And
we did see it actually the last round, didn't we? We saw like Nicolo, he was on Saint Briggs, big heavy downhill casing, Schwalbe tyres. Yeah, we're going to see more of that this year, do you think?
It's you have to survive all day, but you're only really getting timed on the downhills, and in some places that are less physical than others in terms of pedaling. You can push your bike the whole liaison, but definitely head angle and tyres, I think, will be key for this bike. Not so much travel, because it's not like there's big drops, it's rough, but the quality of suspension on a 150 bike these days is good enough.
Yeah, it's like we're going to be seeing like 160, 170 mil bikes even, so that's only like that much shorter than a downhill bike, and the stages are, like even Adam Brayton, I think he was quite surprised today, when he rode those stages. They were pretty full on downhill stages, especially the bottom part of the hill.
Yeah, I mean, I think, length of bike probably more important here in Chile than amount of travel.
I'm here with Matías Del Solar, who's the organiser of the first Enduro World Series. You really know how to make some amazing corners. I mean, it started off on the volcano, which was riding on the cinders, and then gradually went into some perfect earth corners. It was you know how to put on a great some good tracks for the looks of it.
Yeah, it's a lot of scouting, a lot of walking on the hills. Nato, one of my partners, is the one who have a special eye to find those trails. Usually he starts with the Google Earth, and then he find some good slope, and then we go walking or with the bikes to find what we already seen in the internet, in the Google Earth.
Yeah.
Here we have mainly two types of terrain. We have the high trails up there, which is like a rocky kind of volcano terrain, very loose, very difficult.
So what have you gone for? Have you gone for 2 long stages and 2 short? What's the length of the stages here?
We're planning to have 2 days of racing and bringing 6 special stages in 2 days. So there's going to be a mix of maybe 3 long stages and 3 short stages.
How long will they be? Like 15, 20 minutes, the long ones?
Maybe the longest is going to be around 15 minutes. That's what we estimated for the quick guys, and the shorter one's going to be around 3.5 minutes to 4 minutes.
Right. Well, obviously, we're at quite high altitude here. Is the weather going to? What effects the weather going to have if it pours it down?
Well, if it gets bad, it will be good for the riders.
Okay.
That means that if it's rain, the terrain just gets amazing. It's like a day after a big snowfall, and then you get powder.
Yeah.
That's the same when you get here when it rains. The trail just gets with an amazing grip, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So if it gets a bit cloudy, it's going to be nicer. It's not going to be too hot, and nice trails.